What's your name?
Daniela Ghiorghiu.
Okay, and who are you?
I am your mother.
Okay. I asked people on social media if they had one question they could ask my mom, what questions would they be? So I have some of those questions now, but I want some questions that I just want to ask you, okay? So keep in mind, everyone in the world is going to see this. It's going to be the most popular video in the world. The first thing I want to ask you is, how do you feel about me putting myself on social media? Remember when I went on a walk with you around the block and I said I have 8,000 subscribers? Do you remember when I did that?
Yes.
Okay. How did you feel about what I was doing then? About me dropping out of college? About me, not getting a job? About doing this stuff that I'm doing now? How did you feel about it in the beginning when I started, and how do you feel about it now?
In the beginning, I was not expecting this to happen. And I believed in you, but getting to know more and more, I was excited, very happy and nervous because it's you're in public and I want to make sure everything is okay with you.
Were you scared of me not going to college, or did you think that I knew what I was doing and you were trusting me?
I was, remember when I told you to still go to school, get a diploma and do anything you like, but I'm happy, I'm very, very happy for you and I trust in you. So I'm pretty comfortable, pretty happy for you.
Okay, so you weren't scared in the beginning?
No, I always let you choose, and I know you make good choices.
Okay.
I trust in you.
Thank you. So now I have another question, and you don't have to answer them short. You can be longer, however you want to answer them. What was it like in Romania versus in America? What was it like to grow up in Romania versus raising your kids and me in America? What's the difference, and which one is better?
I believe my generation when I was in Romania was better.
What do you mean your generation was better?
Because there are a lot of things changed and it's harder to have children and everything that's going on in school and everything. We were more outside playing than today, children being on media and watching games, watching TV all day. We used to be outside more. We had chores. Things were different then than now.
So you're saying the way your childhood was a better childhood than the childhood people have these days. But what was it actually like growing up in Romania, in a communist country? What were some of the struggles that you had that you don't have in America?
When I was around 8 years old, even younger actually, we had chores. We had to go and stay in the line in order to buy foods, and everything, pretty much milk, dairy, meat, everything was hard to get and stay in the line to get everything.
Was there only a certain amount of everything you could get?
Yes. There was a time that only babies and adults could have milk. Otherwise, just anybody, if they were to buy milk, they couldn't. And there was a limit of amount per portion by every person. Like if somebody had 10 children, they will have more food, and actually that was a benefit for the large family.
So if you had more kids, you could get more food?
Definitely.
So did that encourage people to have more kids in Romania?
Maybe some, but I don't believe so.
Okay, so what were the most difficult moments that you remember growing up in Romania, and what were the best moments that you remember in Romania?
We used to eat more organic, much better food. Living the lifestyle that you had, it's much more natural, more peaceful, much better than now. I came here when I was only 14, and things were different, definitely different than now. But I was happy. I had 6 siblings altogether, and we are very happy together. We grew up in a very happy, healthy family. So what was the other question?
I was just asking what was the worst parts and the best parts, Mom.
Well, it's a little hard to say because I was still pretty young.
Well, don't you? I remember a lot of really bad moments when I was growing up. Don't you remember any that you had?
I wish I can thought about this a little bit.
Where did you store your food in Romania?
Okay, that's a good one. We had like a pantry, but it was built up in a darker and colder room, like a storage room. We didn't have a refrigerator, of course.
What else did you not have that other people have today that is normal for them to have? It's normal to have a microwave and a toaster. You're right? In America, that's what people grow up with. What did you have in Romania that was different when you're looking back at it than what people have now that's normal? How was it different?
Okay, so my father, he was a genius. He was a very, very smart man. And we used to live in an apartment and everything, you have bathroom, you have everything inside. But when we bought a house, we did not have a bathroom inside the house, so we have to go outside to the bathroom. My father built in a bathroom with tub, with everything you need to have in a bathroom.
Okay, what about some appliances? What else?
He was one of the beginner to buy a vacuum. People didn't have a vacuum; they have to broom. They had to have a broom and sweep the floor. And we used to walk long distance to the bus station. We didn't have a car, of course. We have to walk and carry all the grocery from the store home. And you only travel with the bus if you have to travel long distance. There was a time that people didn't have the freedom to go to church and practice their belief.
What would happen if somebody practiced their belief in Romania? If someone was a Christian, would they get like beat up by the cops?
They arrested them. They put them in jail. Some of them, they got beat up and even torture. And they paid the price. They risked their lives. And people were more faithful then sometimes than now because they have so much freedom. But they didn't care if they lose their life. They love Jesus. They love God so much. So
okay, when did you meet my father?
Actually, I went to the airport when he came 1 year after I came in the United States.
You didn't meet him in Romania?
No.
You never physically met him in Romania?
No.
I thought you met him at a birthday party in Romania.
No. Actually, he came to my birthday party, my 18th birthday party.
In America?
Yes.
Where, in Michigan?
Yes.
I want you to tell them how fast he asked you to marry him.
I do believe that was too fast. A month after he proposed to me.
So you guys were dating for 1 month, and then he asked you to marry him?
Yes, pretty much so.
And you said no?
I wanted to date him and get to know each other and have a relationship for about a year. And when we talked about marriage, I wanted to get married a year in summer, and he didn't want to wait.
So you wanted to wait. So how long did you wait until you actually got married?
3 months.
So it wasn't 1 month, it was 3 months.
There were different times then, but still I do believe if I can go back,
you would wait?
I will wait, and I will do a lot of things different.
What do you think about people that wait 5 years to get married?
I believe that's too long and it's not safe.
What about people, what about girls? Girls don't want to get married as young these days. Girls in America want to wait until they're like late 20s or in their 30s to get married. What do you think about that, girls that want to do that? Do you think it's a good or a bad idea?
Depends on each person. I think it's good to get married when you are mature and you know the responsibility about being married. If a person 18, it's pretty mature, I think she should get married.
So you think girls can get married when they're 18?
Definitely.
You don't think it's too young?
No.
When do you think people should start having kids? You have 4 kids. Did you wish you had kids earlier or later, or did you have them at a good time?
When I got married, we wanted to, your father wanted to have a first baby after a year. But for some reason, girls, that time, we wanted to have babies. I wanted to have a baby sooner than him. And I think if I were to go back, I would, like I said before, I would do a lot of things different. Well, it's not regrets because I love all my children. I love my children are a gift from God, and I just want to make sure nobody understands me wrong. I do believe it's better to get to know each other and spend the marriage together. And somebody mentioned this: build a nest before you have a baby. And if you know you're ready, you can have a baby next month, but it's good to know each other before.
When I was growing up, is there anything that you noticed about me that was different, that you thought you were worried about, you were concerned about, or anything that you said, hey, he's a different kid? Or no?
Not really, but I'm gonna make a joke. I was a little worried about you because you like to play, actually you love pens.
Pen?
Yeah, to Walla. It's called Walla. Cooking pan.
Pans. Yeah, cooking
pan.
pans. Yeah.
And every time we open the refrigerator, you will go and you wanted to, I don't know, you're attractive to the pan.
That's because I was always hungry.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. You might love food so much, but...
well, that's why I was fat when I was a kid.
Maybe.
Okay, so there's nothing special about me. Okay.
I didn't want to, I couldn't see really something different. And I always see my children equally in my eyes. So.
Well, I'm not saying comparing to your other kids. I'm just saying, like, in general, do you see something different? but you said no. So do you see something different in me now compared to other people?
Of course I do.
Okay. So when did that happen? When did you see for the first time that there was something different about me? Is there a moment or a story that you remember where your perception of me changed and you're like, okay, something is different about Sebi at all in my life? When did that happen? Do you remember?
I had a conversation with you, I would say about 6 years ago. After, I don't know if you remember when I picked you up from a party you went to and things were not the way you wanted. So we did talk in the car, and that's when you start talking to me, opening up a lot of you opened my eyes with a lot of things about who you are, I would say. I saw that you were very, very intelligent and smart. It's not, I'm not saying this that your brother are not, but there was a connection between me and you, and I was excited about the conversation we had. And you helped me understand that a lot of things about your age and helped me how to talk to you, how to understand you. And the way you talk to me, you opened my eyes with a lot of things. And since then, every time I had some concerns or anything, I just enjoy talking to you. And I like the way you would open and talk to me, and you help me understand some of the things that maybe I was not aware. I'm not saying teach, because every family, they practice in their life, in their family things, and they learn. But I guess I was not aware of my brother's things, how to have boys, how some of the things about boys. But I'm happy how you open up and talk to me.
So yeah. I changed, I communicated with you in a good way, and I taught you what I needed, and it changed your perception a little bit. And then you realized, like, okay, he understands how to get what he wants, or something like that.
I would say to let some of the things go, because I'm a overprotective mother, and I wanted to put my hand to protect you, and I didn't want you to get hurt. But a lot of times trusting in you guys, I mean, I'm talking about you now, and it's like I open my eye to see some of the things, to understand how to deal with you. You're the last one, so
okay.
But you did help me with that.
Okay. Now, after you came to America and you were raising us in the Stamford house in Ypsilanti. Remember that house?
Yes.
So that was like, would you say that house was kind of the lowest point, or would you say the apartment was the lowest point?
The apartment.
The apartment was?
Yes.
Why? What specifically? What is some stories that I don't know that you've never told me where it was really, really low? Like, tell me a heartbreaking story about it.
When we moved into the apartment, one of the things that really, really was very hard, when we were trying to hide Daisy, our dog, the office find out that we had the dog, and they gave us the notice, 10 days notice, either to move out and or to give the dog away. It was very hard, going through so much pain and so much everything that we're going through, that we had to lose our first dog, and that was one of the things. But I also want to mention that we had to share one bathroom, 5 people actually, the 4 of you and me, and that was very, very hard.
Do you remember how big the apartment was? It was what, 800, 900 square feet for 5 people?
Maybe smaller.
So it was you and my sister in one room, and me and my 2 brothers in another room.
And Elijah was sleeping on the sofa in the living room.
He was sleeping in the living room?
Yes.
Okay, I saw it was me and Jeff in
yes.
the room. I didn't know. I didn't remember Elise slept on the sofa. That was tough. I remember that. Right? How much money did you have in your bank account when we were in the apartment?
I didn't really have a lot of money, but at that time we were doing better than before.
How much did you have in your account?
I can't say exactly a number.
Do you have like a range? Less than a certain number?
Maybe less than $500.
Did you ever have more than, like, say $1,000 or $2,000 while we lived there?
There was the time when your father gave us for the 2 of the children, for Bianca and Jeffrey, gave us child support. So I did had more money at that time than before and after. I would say when I had to pay for rent and everything, of course I had more than, because only the rent and the bills I have to pay. So, but not money to keep or to spend.
So you were never saving money. You never had extra money. You're never like growing your bank account. You were living very close to $0.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say so. When we used to live in an apartment, that was hard on your brothers, Elijah and Jeffrey. They were very, very upset about everything that happened to us. And I remember one Christmas, we were very, very, very broken. And we had a surprise from my sister from Arizona. And she did not call, she didn't tell us anything, but she just showed up at the door. It was at 11 o'clock before midnight. And Elijah went and opened the door, and he was like, Mom, Lena. And he was like freezing. He froze on the spot. And that was very, very special moment and for all of us. And my sister said, I'm here to make your Christmas the best. And that was the best thing that my sister can ever give me. So that was, I just wanted to bring that memory. I just remember that, so I wanted to mention that.
You said we were really broken that Christmas?
Yes.
Why?
We were, because first Christmas after your father left, and we were very upset.
Now I want to go back to Stamford.
Okay.
So what happened at Stamford, right? You got the house for around $30,000. The church bought it for us, right?
No. No. So after the apartment, I was trying to find a job to work, but because you guys needed me to be home, and it was very, very hard to be a mom and be to work and be available for you, pick you up from school, take you to school and everything. I did talk to Jeffrey one time, and I said, Jeffrey, I am going to buy a house. And he said, I don't know how, but he didn't really say much. But what happened is I was praying, and we find a house that was for action, and somebody was helping us to it's not easy to get those houses, but we bought that house with $27,000. I did receive some money from church, about $7,000. I did find job that I worked. I was taking care of two of the doctors that I used to help, and taking care of the children and do their laundry.
Did you work 2 jobs at one point?
No, I did not.
Where did you work before the doctors?
I tried to work at Wendy's for a short time, but me and your father, we decided to quit because I had to be available for you guys, for the family, for the kids.
Yeah.
So I borrowed money from a person that I like to keep it private.
Mm-hmm.
And doctors that I work for, they borrow me almost $10,000.
So a few people helped you out.
Yes.
Okay.
And I had to work to pay off everything that they gave me the money with the time until I work it out.
Wow. When I was a kid, I remember there was a couple of weeks where you couldn't pay electricity bill, remember? And we had to get candles.
That was in Michigan before we moved to Arizona.
That was Stamford.
Yes.
So I would light the candle, and I would take it, because we didn't have electricity, I would take it to my bedroom because it was dark when I got home after church at night. And the food in the fridge went bad. And then I remember before school at a Chief Charter Academy, I tried to make an egg with Elise, and it didn't work. But I tried to cook an egg with a candle. Okay. Did I ever tell you that story?
No, you did not. I heard that on Fox News, but I was not sure when did that happen.
So you weren't home, but we tried doing that. A lot of people know me from that story, because I said there was one point when I was a kid and I tried to do this and I couldn't do it.
Actually, I was going to ask when did that happen.
You told me a story when I was at your house the other day about eggs. Can you tell me the story?
That was right in the beginning after we were not we were divorced. Yeah, your father was supposed to pay child support for Bianca and Jeffrey, but he was paying the bills, and he did not want me to have money. He wanted to put money in the bank and pay the bills, but everything needed to be just for the bills and not to have extra money. And one time, he was in Romania a lot, and one time I remember I made you guys eggs for breakfast, and I guess I don't know what did that happen, but I was craving eggs like never in my life before. And of course, I made all the eggs for the 4 of you. I wanted to have one egg too, and I thought I'm gonna go look to see all the change that I have. At the time, a dozen of eggs were 69 cents. And I said, I'm sure I'm gonna find 69 cents to buy a dozen of eggs. And actually, matter of fact, I didn't. I was very, very disappointed, but I was very humble inside to myself. And I said, whatever is gonna happen, I didn't want to tell anybody. That night, your father came to see you, and he asked me if I have any money in the bank. And I told him the story. And I think I touched his heart, and he gave us more money.
Okay.
But one thing I want to mention, my sister-in-law, Nutsi, offered me to bring me farm eggs from the chickens. And she asked me if I want any eggs. And I told her, I'm going to tell you a story. And I told her what happened. And she said, Dana, you don't know how much and how happy I am to give you those eggs. So she gave me 4 dozen of eggs, homemade eggs.
What was the saddest I ever made you feel?
We had a conversation one time.
It wasn't a conversation. It was an argument.
Argument, yeah. You're right. And you had some harsh words.
How old was I?
Around 20.
20 years old? Okay.
Yes. And you left very, very mad. And I thought about it, but everything that you said, I wanted to see if you're right. And I agree with you a lot of things. And what I liked a lot was that you called and apologized, and you explained me why did you say that. And I wanted to see if you are right, and if anything that I should change or should work on the issue that we had. And I think that was the harshest thing.
Okay.
But it's like you get a vaccine, but it's a beneficial after.
Vaccine's not the best.
I agree.
Best example,
I agree,
because you're not exactly agreeing with the vaccine.
If it's a good vaccine, not talking about coronavirus vaccine.
Okay, what was the happiest I've ever made you feel?
I believe one of the things that really, really got me is when you came home last year with 7 bouquets of flowers, and you love how much you love me. And I got a lot of bouquets in my life, but the way you show me how 7 of them, it's like, okay, Mom, here you go, arrange them nice. And that was very, very touching. But I do have too many, and I just remember of that one. When you got the Porsche, I was so happy and emotional. I was not myself. I couldn't believe. I mean, I never expect you to do that.
What did you think? What did you think when you got it? Did you even have thoughts, or were you just happy?
How I felt is not true. And I told you, remember I told you, I don't know if it's gonna last, and I'm gonna keep it. It's not that you will take it away from me, but it's just like too good to be true. And it's like a dream, and you want to make sure you're not waking up from it.
So does it still feel like a dream, or are you used to it now?
No, well, it's not exactly the same, but I just love every time I drive it, I think of you, and I pray for you, I thank you, and I'm very, very thankful.
Good. Okay, good. So I went viral for a clip that you saw on the news. I said every guy in their 20s should have a Lamborghini. Did you see the clip?
Yes, I did.
So, okay, what do you think about that? Do you think every guy in their 20s should be working hard to be able to afford a nice car? It doesn't have to be a Lamborghini, but do you think young men should work very hard and make money to support their families? Do you think that I was wrong for saying that? I was being sarcastic. It was a metaphor, so it's not like everyone should have a Lambo. But do you think what I meant by what I said, do you think I'm wrong in that or no?
Some people take it the wrong way. First of all, you have 2 brothers and they don't have a Lamborghini, or they don't have one of your cars. But I know what you meant was for good purpose. I think everybody should take it the way they want to. But as long as you explain, and everybody takes it from there.
So I've gone viral for a few things. The first thing I went viral for was saying, I don't watch porn, I don't play video games, and I try not to eat sugary foods. I said I don't eat sugary foods. Sometimes I do, but I try not to. And I went viral. A lot of people saw that. And they said, well, what do you do if you don't watch porn and play video games and eat pizza and soda and whatever, What do you think about that? People got mad at me and they're like, this dude is lame, he's boring, he has no life. What do you think about that?
I'm very proud of you for saying that,
okay,
to be honest.
Okay, good.
And I do believe, let's say eating sugar, you helped a lot of people lose weight. Your brother lost about 16 pounds. 60
yeah.
pounds. Actually, you helped me too.
Mm-hmm.
I lost 17 pounds at one time. I think you try to help people open their mind, and everybody, they decide after that. But I don't think you did something wrong.
For another one, I said that guys and girls, it's hard for guys and girls to be friends because guys want to sleep with girls. And sometimes guys will just be friends with them and wait until they break up with their boyfriend, or wait until the girl starts giving him attention. And same goes for girls on the other side, vice versa. I said it's hard for guys and girls to be friends. And I said that guys should be friends with guys, girls should be friends with girls. And if a guy wants to be with a girl, or a girl wants to be with a guy, then they could have an intimate relationship. So I said most of the time when guys are hanging out with girls, they want to give them attention, and the girls want attention from the guys. It's like a thing for the girl's ego. You know, she wants all these guys to want her, to make her feel good about herself. Mm-hmm. So I said guys and girls shouldn't be friends. And the internet got mad at me because it's like, oh, we can be friends with whoever we want. We can do whatever we want. Do you think I have credit to what I'm saying based on you having more experience in life? Or do you think that, you know, it doesn't matter, a girl can go out and have 20 friends that are guys, or a guy can go out and have 20 friends that are girls, and it doesn't matter if each of them are interested in each other or whatever?
I believe it's okay to get together, boys and girls. Now, if you know you getting close to a guy, you're getting attracted to a guy, and you know this is going to take you somewhere you don't want to, then everybody should decide to have a limit, or everybody needs to be mature to know what they want to do in their life. It's hard not to be together, boys and girls. Again, when my generation, when boys and girls, we did a lot of activities together. But today, the world is upside down. It's hard not to be together. I see your point, but I do believe it's impossible to be boys and girls, because they will take it in a different way. And you know what happens, girls and girls and boys and boys.
What about when you're in a relationship?
When you're in a relationship, what I would do, I will get books, material to know.
No, I'm saying about the friends.
The friends.
My girlfriend, okay. You know my girlfriend. I don't want to say her name.
Yes.
My girlfriend, if she wanted to be friends with a guy and to go out and have lunch with a guy, or to go to a carnival with a friend that's a guy, I would say no.
I understand. A lot of things happen.
So
I think
would you say that's okay?
In a group, it's okay, but one-on-one, no.
So never definitely. One-on-one?
No.
So what if it's a group of 5 guys and her?
Not guys, only guys.
So girls have to be there?
Yeah, it's either mixed boys and girls, or definitely not only one girl with one boy or more than one boys.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you, I'm going to have some more questions, but this is from people that follow me on the internet. So I went on Twitter, and these are questions from Twitter, people that want to know. So there's like hundreds of people that want to know these questions from your perspective. How did you handle Seb when he was doing all the crazy stuff, Shopify, agency? Parents do have some kind of fear when your child goes against the grain. What were your thoughts and your fears when I was doing my business stuff? What fears did you have when I was doing it? Did you or no?
No, not really.
No? You didn't have any fears, so you trusted me.
No, I did trust you, and I don't want you to be too much, because I want you to have your private life. I want you to be able to go to the store, buy whatever you want, and not be afraid that paparazzi is going to be after you.
Was there any point in Sebastian's young age that you realized he would become successful? Any quality or attribute you spotted early on, or was it a surprise for you?
It was a surprise for me.
So you didn't expect it?
No.
Okay, guys, so there you go. I'm not special. I told you. I tell them in all my videos, I'm like, you guys are all just like me. I'm not special. And
you are special. But I was surprised, like how many cases happened to how many people.
So now the next question is, how did you adjust to no longer being a mom and learning how to enjoy your life being retired? So how did you let go of being a mom for your kids?
First of all, you're attached, your emotions and everything, you're attached to the person. But I'm thinking, if I were you or anybody else, what would I want to happen to me? I mean, to be with my parents all my life. So I think of you, what's the best for you and anybody else. So I'm trying to support you and be happy for you. And it's not easy for me, but I gotta let it go.
But how do you do that? How do you let it go?
I'm thinking, if I were to, my mom to wanted me to stay with her, not to have my own life. I would not like that. So I want to do what for anybody what I want. I would want my parents to do for me.
So you're just thinking what is best for the kid and to do what's the best for the kid.
And you have to be realistic. Life, everybody grows up and life goes on.
How should we explain to our moms that we want to be entrepreneurs? That it will be hard at first and we won't be succeeding, and that all we need from them is support.
It's hard because the parent might not understand, and he should just try. Not everybody is like you. You helped me understand, and because I listened to you, things worked out. I mean, we did, like I mentioned before.
So how did I help you understand?
By telling me what you feel, a lot of the things that we talked about, I thought about it. And then I wanted you to be happy. I wanted you to grow up to be successful. And I understood your needs, and I tried to work out. And of course, I was protective still, but I trusted in you.
So what would you tell a kid? How would you tell a kid to ask his parents for support if the parents just say no, and the kids are being very open and very honest, and the parents still say, no, you still have to go to school? Is there anything that, like a secret hack that parents have that a kid can use to get through to his parents or her parents? Or what would you say to the parents that just keep saying no? Would you tell the kid to just do it anyway and disobey his parents?
No, I will not tell that.
You wouldn't say to disobey your parents?
No.
So you would say the kid should listen and do what the parents want him to do at the age of
18.
Late teenager.
Yes. I believe they should try to talk to the parents, and works very well to take time and go out of the house and open up and just talk to your parent. But even though it's not going to change anything, just respect your parent, trust that things will change for the best for you.
I disagree with you. I would tell people to disobey their parents because it's their life. At a certain point, it's their life. It's no longer the parent's job to guide or lay out a path where the kid needs to go. And if the kid wants to do something in his life and the parents are not letting him, I think that's not good. As long as, of course, nothing bad. But if he wants to try a business, or if he wants to drop out of college, or if he wants to do something and he can prove to his parents that he's able to do it and he's going to work hard, then I would tell my followers to disobey their parents and to go and try it. Because otherwise, they're going to grow up and they're going to always look back and be like, what if I did this instead? And then because they didn't do that, they're going to have a resentment to their parents because their parents forced them to do something they didn't want to do. And they will resent their parents, and that will separate them. So I will say, don't listen to your parents. Do what you want to do if it's good. I
believe if you have the relationship with the parents and say, I'm gonna do this, but you have to tell the parents, I'm gonna do this for this reason, with all the respect, even though you have a different opinion. To a point, I understand what you meant, but I still believe kids, they should obey and listen to the parents until they're 18.
Until they're 18. But I'm saying, okay, so just an example, hypothetical. If they're 19 or 20 and still living with their parents and they're saying, I'm going to try this, and their parents are still saying no.
If it's something bad, of course.
Aside from
that. No, definitely.
But what about something good?
What I will do if I'm under 18, I will still go to school and still fight and work for my dream, but still believe the parents.
Well, a lot of the people that watch me don't want to go to school. They want to do their own thing in life.
One problem that I see, if things are not working out and they can collapse and they can turn out to do stuff they don't want to, and that's another thing that could happen.
Yeah, but what about if they get fired from a job? They can easily get fired from a job.
I do believe education is very important. And remember when I told you when you dropped out from school, I said still go to school and have a diploma, have your dream, what you wanted to do, even though I know it was along many years. But to a point, you should be careful if you drop out from school. You know exactly what you want to do. You know what you are doing.
Yep. Well, I say that men should take the risk, and at least they can say that they tried instead of just going to school if they don't want to go to school, because a lot of people don't.
Now, if things are not working out, what do you suggest?
To keep trying.
Yeah,
because
that
there's always a way. No matter what, you can always get to a point of being successful. Say it's making $100,000 a year online. You can always get to that point as long as you continue to give it effort or until you figure it out. And most of the people will not give enough effort or try long enough to figure it out, and so they give up and go back to where they started. But if you do more than those people did, you will always make it, because there's millions and millions of people in America that have made it and make money with their business or with real estate or outside of school without a degree, or not using their degree at least. There's millions and millions of people, millions and millions of millionaires as well. And for all the people that are ambitious in life, I think that they need to do that, because if they go to school and they stay in school, they're going to end up hating their life if they're stuck at a job, and they're going to always wish that they did that.
Some of the people are meant to be in school and have different jobs, but people who can follow you and believe they can do what you did, I see they can do it. And even though if they fall, and they have to keep trying, never give up. And I see your point.
Okay. What does it feel like to be my mom?
I have different times and I'm thinking different ways. I am your mother, no matter what, no matter who you become, a year from now or 10. I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very blessed to have you.
Are you proud of me?
I have no words to explain how proud of.
No? So do you think you would be this proud of me if I went to school and got a degree and I was working as a whatever? No. You wouldn't.
Well, I guess because we are here, I have to admit.
So yeah, so I'm just saying more parents would be proud if their kids made it big. Okay, you have some questions for me, right?
Yes,
I
do.
Can you ask me some questions that you have for me?
So you mentioned you want to get married and have kids, have a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to have a lot of kids?
I want to have a lot of kids because I think kids are the best part of life. I'm predicting that kids are going to be the best part of my life. I'm going to have a lot of time for my kids, and I'm going to have a lot of money. So I'm going to be able to help them all as much as they need to be helped, and I'm going to be able to spend as much time with them. So if I have the opportunity, if I have more time and more money than everybody else in the world, then why would I not have more kids? Because kids are the best thing that I will experience in life. And the more I have, the better.
It's true. Kids are the most important investment in your life.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I want to have a lot of kids.
So is there a number?
I want to have seven kids, maybe even 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we just have to wait.
But I'm going to adopt some kids too. Do you think money has changed me, the person that I am?
No.
You don't think it has?
No.
So how was I before and how am I now with money?
Actually, you are better.
Better?
Yes.
Why?
Because you did help a lot of people. You helped.
You don't have to name them.
Yeah, I was not going to name, but I'm just sure you are a very, very sweetheart.
Do people talk about me, like to you a lot, or parents or kids or anything, my cousins? What do people think about me? What's the overall average feeling people have towards me?
I heard different cases when people knew you, and I was not expecting people out of country. People, we had a girl not recently that came and visit us, and when I mentioned Sebastian Ghiorghiu, she was, oh, I know Sebastian Ghiorghiu. She was like, is that your son? And I said, yeah, but it's just humble, you know. And I said, I can't believe you. Oh, and she was over the moon. She was super happy. And you remember the story, what happened to... so just one, and I know there are so many people that knows you.
What is the feeling they have towards me?
They very, very happy, very proud of you. They think you are very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I have nothing bad to say about it. Everybody respects and loves you. So what is the best moment that you remember, the best memory that you remember that we had together, me and you?
From when I was a kid, my favorite memory and the best memory I have was when my stomach would hurt and you would massage my feet.
Oh, I remember that.
That was my favorite memory as a kid, and that was my favorite thing that you've ever done, because we didn't spend a lot of time when I was a kid. You were working a lot, and I was kind of alone a lot because my siblings were doing their own things. And that was when we spent time, and when I was in pain, you were there for me, and you comforted me, and I didn't have a lot of comfort as a kid.
I remember. And remember when I stopped, you were just going like this?
Yeah.
More like
I would shake
Coco,
my foot.
like Coco does now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was that from when I was a kid. And from when I was an adult, I think after I started dating my girlfriend and I was more loving, I wasn't so cold anymore like I was. That's what happens to guys when they find a girl they love, they become more warm. So I did that, and then I started to realize that I looked at you differently. I realized that you weren't going to be on the planet forever, and you have only a certain amount of years left. I don't know how many, but I realized that, and I realized that every day is another day closer until you're gone. So I wanted to be extra, extra loving and extra, extra careful in there. And that's like when I started hugging you for a long time, when I came to see you, when I started seeing you more.
Oh, okay. So now
and
I
when
know
I got you flowers and everything like that, because I had a perspective change.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure you don't forget that. I know you're busy.
I won't forget to bring you flowers.
I remember when you sent me flowers when you were on vacation, one of your vacations, and you sent your friend to deliver flowers for me.
Yeah, Cade.
Yeah, that was very, very not expected.
How was my childhood compared to my siblings? Was mine harder? Was mine more difficult? Did I go through more?
No.
No? No,
it was harder with your brothers because they were more affected in a way for everything that happened to us. And I do feel bad. There was a time in my life that I wasn't there as much as I wanted to. And as you know, I had a time that I was crushed. I was just dragging myself to survive. But you were 3.5 when your father left.
I thought I was 4.
Let's say 4, close to 4. I don't know. I don't want to, I kind of don't want to go back, but you were holding to his foot, to his leg, so he won't leave you. And those moments were very, very hard, very painful. But
who had it the worst? Who went through the most pain?
I think Jeffrey.
Jeff? And then who?
I would say you.
And then Bianca or Elise?
Bianca.
And then Elise?
Yeah.
So that's why Elise is the most normal.
Elise was in the middle. He was covered, protected.
That's why he's the most normal now. Because he had the best.
I think you're all normal.
No, we're all crazy.
No, in a good way. No.
Okay, do you have another question you want to ask?
I have the best kids.
Okay. Do you have another question? How many did you have? 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the most important thing in your life for you?
Besides God, or besides like my relationship with my girlfriend, or what? Besides those things, or are you looking for me to answer those things? The most important thing is my relationship with God.
Okay.
The second most important thing is my relationship with my future wife. And then after that, it's my relationship with my family. You guys. No, I'm sorry. Before my family and before my wife, I would say God. I would say after God, it's the relationship with myself, the relationship I have with myself, how I love myself, how I take care of myself, how I always continue to grow and improve, and then my wife, and then my family. I would say that. And then I would say next important is being good and being a good example, being a good light for people, helping people, how I can help them. Yeah, those are the most important things. And having a life with a lot of good experiences and a lot of happiness.
See, I gave you very, very good questions.
Yeah, you did. You should interview me next time.
I will.
Maybe you can make your own YouTube channel. Can I ask you more? What are the core values that you taught Sebastian that you believe all men should follow? You didn't teach me too many things about being a man, did you? I taught myself.
You're right in a way.
You can say it in Romanian and I'll translate it.
Chiar dacă nu am putut să fiu foarte mult să te învăț ce înseamnă să fii bărbat și nu ai avut, când ai avut nevoie de un tată sau un model în casă, mă bucur pentru tine, sunt foarte mândru de tine că tu ai reușit să fii până la vârsta asta ce ești bărbat și din toate privințele, dar Dacă poate cineva să învețe, bine pentru ei.
Do you think all guys should listen to me? Do you think guys should follow in my footsteps and be inspired by me and like try to be like me in life or no?
Definitely, yes.
For some things, maybe not everything.
Whatever they choose, everybody has a choice to how they want to have their life, but yeah, you are a good model.
Do you think I'm a good influence for men?
Yes, definitely.
To be strong men?
Definitely.
What advice would you give your younger self about motherhood and raising a child?
Believe having a baby since from the beginning, it's so important to see the value of the baby and spend time, and kids are very, very precious.
So what advice would you give to your younger self?
To myself, dacă eu aș putea să mai merg o dată de la început, multe lucruri în viață le-aș face diferit. Dar în ce privește copiii, cum am spus, sunt investment în copii care te bucuri de ei mai târziu. So, ce-a spune să îți faci timp de copii, să le dai dragoste, să te ocupi balanțat de tot ce are nevoie copilul în viață, să crească un copil normal. Și în cazul nostru, v-am crescut singură, voi ați crescut fără tată. E foarte important tata să fie în casă și asta, bineînțeles că suportul care o mamă are nevoie să poată familia să fie întreagă, să fie fericită. Dar advice-ul care îl dau mamei este să fie o soție bună și o mamă bună, să-și facă tot ce poate în casă pentru familia ei și să aprecieze ce are. Și mai târziu se va bucura.
Okay. So last question. What makes a man a good man and what makes a woman a good woman? But just things that you can think of. Let's start with the guy first. What makes a man a good man? A good masculine, strong man?
The way he is treating a woman, the respect he has for a woman and he treats a woman, it's very, very important for a man.
Okay.
And not only the woman, his mother, and of course the time his wife. And for a woman, I believe if she is mature and she know how to be what she's meant to be in life, she can gain a lot of things. She can be happy and she can have a very happy family. Vreau să spun că dacă în viață ai făcut anumite decizii și ai ajuns ca să îți formezi o familie și nu ai făcut toate lucrurile cum ți-ai dorit sau nu ți-ai dat seama, cred că este foarte important pentru familie, dacă ajungi să-ți întemeiezi o familie, să fie o unitate și să fie o dragoste între părinți care ajută și se reflectează asupra copiilor și copiii cresc într-o atmosferă bună, sănătoasă și la timpul lor și ei învață ce înseamnă familia, să poată și ei la rândul lor să-și formeze o familie. Din păcate, foarte multe familii în ziua de astăzi sunt foarte, foarte distruse și copiii suferă, chiar dacă nu este vina lor. Mie îmi pare rău pentru tot ce s-a întâmplat, că nu am putut să fiu și pentru tine și pentru frații tăi și tot ce s-a întâmplat în familia noastră, dar sfătuiesc orice femeie, dacă ajunge să-și întemeieze o familie, să renunțe la orice lucru în viață pentru familia ei și să lupte și să facă totul pentru familia lor.
Okay, what's the key to a happy life?
To be happy so you can make other people happy.
So the key to a happy life is to be happy?
Well, you tell me.
I'm asking you.
Okay,
I know what it is for me.
Stai așa, nu că vezi, acum mă provoci, mă ambiționez. Ce este happy? Eu pot să spun asta dacă nu te supără. A happy life is to have God and have your family and be happy for your family.
What watch do you have there?
Oh, stop it. Asta e cheap. Nu este scump.
Kate Spade.
Yeah.
That's a good brand.
Da, știi de unde l-a luat?
Where?
De la Ross.
Ok. Îți place?
Îmi place și n-a fost scump acum. De asta nu, sper că nu o să pui acolo, Doamne ferește.
Are you excited for our cruise?
Oh, yes.
Spune, talking to
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. Now, I want to show you something, okay?
Okay.
Hold the microphone.
Oh, my God. Don't... What? What is that?
So this is your birth. I got you I got you a birthday gift. Okay? It's in this box.
My goodness.
But I wanted to get your reaction. Okay?
Okay.
So this is your birthday gift. And if you don't want to put this in the video, then I can cut it out after. But at least you can have the video and you can just show it to your granddaughter or something one day. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So here you go. You don't need this.
You scaring me.
Do you know what this is or
It's
no?
not gonna pop, right?
Do you know what this is or no?
Well, not really.
Okay, here you go. Hold on. Let me get this
I
out.
told you what I want for my birthday.
So she doesn't know. Mom doesn't know what this is.
Wow.
People watching, they know what the box is already because it's a certain type of box, so they know what it is. But you don't know, right?
No.
Okay, so there you go. Now open it.
Okay, so I just open it from here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Sebi! Oh my goodness, Sebi!
Do you know what it is?
Of course I do.
'Kay.
We were just talking about it.
I bought it before we were
My-
talking.
Oh my gosh! So see, I had a feeling. Wow.
I bought it weeks ago. Weeks before we even brought it
Sebi,
up.
I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry.
No, don't cry. Do you like it?
I love it.
Okay, hold.
It's hard for me now to jump, but you know what I would do if I were not here right now.
Okay, I'm gonna put it. Let's trade it.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Oh my God, Sebi, you just.
Okay.
Oh my, Seb. Wow, I love it. Oh my, can I give you?
Hold on, I put it on backwards. Hold on. Like this. Okay, so look. Now.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
overwhelmed. Bine. Oh my Lord.
So
This
this is a Rolex Datejust, and
Oh my God.
it's the chocolate dial, and you see the 6, the IV.
Yeah.
So those are a bunch of little diamonds. Okay.
Oh my.
So and it tells you the date and the time, and I'll teach you how to set it after.
Well, I do want to thank you. I don't have words.
Happy birthday.
Seb,
I
I love you. Thank you, Seb, so much. Oh my God.
love you too. So, a week ago, you were joking because I had my Rolex. See, now we can be Rolex.
Actually, it was last week.
We were joking because you asked how much my watch was. I told you it's worth about 15,000, and you said, but I explained how they hold their value, right? And you said, oh, and you joked, and what'd you say? You said you should get me one too, right?
Yeah.
3 weeks before you said that, I already bought it from a store in Chicago.
Oh my God.
I already bought it. I was planning to give it to you, and then when you called me, like when I was still traveling, and you said for my birthday I want a watch, I had already bought the watch.
Oh my God.
So I bought the watch. You called me and you said I want a watch for my birthday, and I was like, that's perfect. Now the reason I was going to give it to you on the cruise, the reason I wanted to give it to you now is because I want to go and get it smaller and get it sized so that you can wear it on the cruise. Okay?
I don't know if I want to wear it on the cruise.
No, you have to wear
I
it.
don't want. Okay, maybe I'm not expecting.
So there. Now we're
Oh my gosh.
now we're twins. You can have your own Rolex. Okay,
A
you
lot
good?
of times, after I get something, it's like I go back, and I just go back and think about it. Sebi, I
Sebastian.
don't know. I